Is Wendy Williams finally getting the last laugh?
Plotative individual. I will plot on you. That's right. And that's why I'm going into season 11. And he's changing Pampers.
You know that saying about karma not missing anyone? Well, it's finally caught up with Kevin Hunter, who is apparently no longer receiving a dime from Wendy Williams.
Looks like the talk show host Wendy Williams has some beef with Kevin and Sharina, as she is taking back the power and turning the tables on her ex-husband Kevin Hunter and his mistress Sharina Hudson. She's not just sitting back and taking their betrayal lying down. Wendy's got a master plan to humiliate them both, and it's a doozy. Now, has she succeeded in her plan, or will it backfire? Stay tuned to find out.
So it looks like Kevin Hunter, aka Kelvin Hunter, Wendy Williams' ex-husband, his karma has finally come, because he's claiming in new court documents that he is about to be foreclosed on. His alimony checks have run dry.
Well, words on the street are that Wendy's ex-husband and his mistress are broke, all thanks to Wendy. All we can say now is that Kevin Hunter must have learned his lesson the hard way, as Wendy was so sick and tired of his next-level cheater ex-husband and his boo Sharina. But we need to give some credit to Wendy, as she played them good, and now they're begging for her mercy. Now, some of you may be thinking, aw, poor Kevin, but let's not forget that he was the one who cheated on Wendy and caused the end of their marriage. So it's a classic case of you made your bed, now lie in it situation. In the end, Kevin actually got what he deserves, and that is nothing. You might haven't forgotten how he cheated on Wendy with Sharina, despite his marriage with Wendy at that time. And if that wasn't bad enough, he was even spending Wendy's money on Sharina. Can you imagine this man's shamelessness? He actually got Sharina a house worth $765,000, and it was only 9 miles away from the house that he shared with Wendy.
And I read about it in the blogs and the tabloids, the address of this place that he had purchased to share with this backwoods 9 miles from my house in Livingston. And they're living the high life.
Wendy should have shot him after finding this news instead of crying over it, but maybe she enjoys slow revenge. Who knows? On the other hand, insiders claim that the only reason Kevin didn't leave Wendy was that he knew that he and Sharina needed her money to survive. Well, that didn't last very long, because he got Sharina pregnant, and they even had a baby girl. And this was the last straw for Wendy's patience, because if there was one thing that she could not stand, it was Kevin humiliating her by having a baby on her.
I don't recommend that you work with your husband, because I made him my manager, and then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired. In other words, I made him divorced and unemployed all in one day.
There, she got her first revenge. She filed for divorce and fired Kevin from the position of her manager. So he was divorced and unemployed in a single day. But he didn't learn his lesson, as the divorce proceedings confirmed what people have been saying about Kevin, which is that he's a gold digger who was only after Wendy's money from the very start. The reason behind it was he requested alimony and child support from Wendy.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Everything was happy-go-lucky for Kevin and Sharina when Wendy and Kevin got divorced, as they had Wendy's money to live a comfortable life. But Wendy's money stopped coming in due to her show being canceled. Now both Kevin and Sharina are panicking because what else they did besides leeching off Wendy's money? Well, it turns out that Wendy played him big time, and he never saw it coming. Looks like fate is on Wendy's side to give Kevin what he deserves. But the situation is also not so great for herself. In fact, she literally has no means of income ever since her show got canceled. Wendy's attorney even explained, on October 15th of 2021, plaintiff was informed by Talk WW that her contract was being suspended and that no compensation shall accrue or be payable to plaintiff for the duration of plaintiff's disability and incapacity. But Hunter was quick to take matters to court after the money stopped coming in. His lawyer addressed the court with his statement that said, "I have fallen behind on most of my bills. I currently live in a community that requires payments to the Homeowners Association, and I'm behind on that bill." Looks like getting played by Wendy is not embarrassing enough. Kevin is now out here claiming that he's broke and demanding the money that was promised. Well, it's a well-known fact now that he and Sharina both depend on the alimony payments from Wendy to survive. Not only that, Kevin also claimed he doesn't have health insurance, which has created a burden since he needs hip surgery. Well, it's clear that Hunter has no shame over the fact that even if his former wife doesn't give him monthly spending money, he has no means of his own to even keep his house. He said to himself in his statement that if the Homeowners Association fees are not paid, foreclosure will soon follow. My car insurance hasn't been paid as a result of not receiving monthly severance payments. I'm behind on credit card payments because I have no money since the severance payments were suspended. My life has been greatly affected since the plaintiff stopped making payments under our settlement agreement. In response, Wendy's attorney made it clear in court that Wendy had no means to support Hunter anymore, saying she presently has no other television show being aired and paying her any income, let alone an equivalent salary. What's surprising is that Hunter still went forward with this case, even though Wendy's show has been off air for a year now. Looks like he very conveniently forgot that the part of the divorce agreement said the alimony would be changed or canceled in case Wendy loses her source of income. The agreement said in pretty clear terms that if for any reason plaintiff's contract with Talk WW is not renewed and or is otherwise suspended, canceled, or terminated, and plaintiff does not have any other television show being aired and paying her an equivalent salary, defendant understands and agrees that all severance payments shall be subject to either termination or modification. Well, even fans have some amazing advice for Kevin. One of them tweeted, "Get a job, dude." Another one commented on the situation while laughing out hard. Just one example of how God doesn't bless mess. He left his wife for his mistress and now he can't pay his bills. Make that tramp get a job and go apply for one with her.
How you doing?
Fine, thanks.
You looking good?
Thank you. Can I have your hand, please? Can I have your hand?
Oh,
Somebody's hand.
somebody.
Take your hand. Thank you.
Jeez Louise, man. What?
As you know, Wendy has not been working for more than a year now. She was absent during the entire last season of The Wendy Williams Show. Well, the talk show host has been very open about her medical hazards, including her battle with Graves' disease, lymphedema, and vertigo. She was so sick that she could barely walk without someone's help. Her most iconic reply regarding her medical conditions was back in 2018, as she said, "Stop asking me why I wear sneakers. I have lymphedema. Stop asking me why my eyes bulge. I've got Graves' disease. Stop asking me, like, dumb mess. Can we connect on a more cerebral level?" Aside from her medical reasons, the TV show star's alcohol addiction is also an open secret in the entertainment industry. According to rumors, her substance abuse would have worsened if her talk show's production company, Debmar Mercury, would have acted reasonably. So Wendy Williams checked back into rehab for about 2 months to treat her substance abuse issues, amid her fallout with the production company.
I found out that my money was I don't want to talk too much about that, but let's just say I know what kind of money I have. Unfortunately, I only have $2 and nothing else.
Now that the situation is quite unfair, Wendy Williams is speaking out against her former financial advisor, Wells Fargo, who she claims is keeping her from her millions. Well, it was reported that Wells Fargo froze her accounts due to her allegedly not being mentally stable. Following this decision, the former radio personality was forced to enter a financial conservatorship. As if all this financial conservatorship wasn't enough, even her ex-husband's mistress, who she cheated on Wendy with, has taken to the internet to bash her for not paying the alimony. She even made fun of Wendy's plans of launching her podcast, saying, "Happy and healthy is all I'm on right now. The clickbait is real." I guess they need the storyline to continue for a podcast. On the other hand, Kevin proclaimed himself the king behind the power of the purple chair. But how funny is that? He still has to beg for money from his ex-wife to take care of him and the baby mama he cheated with. After all what he has done, if he thought he was going to get sympathy here, then he's in for a rude awakening because people are not here for it. Because even if Wendy did plan to stop Kevin's child support, fans are still on her side and not her cheating ex-husband. One of them commented, "If Ms. Wendy planned this whole house of cards, all I can say is bravo, bravo. Wendy deserves an Oscar for her performance." Phew, child. What a takedown. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.